Good morning, guys. So I thought all the framing was done. Yeah, I'm wrong. I always lay around and think about my projects all the time. I don't know, it's just in my head and I just repeat it over and over and what I should do, how I should do it. My wife says if I take as much time as I do thinking about it, I could have probably built 10 of them by now. She's probably right. But I was laying on the couch last night watching Perkin Builder Brothers on YouTube. If you don't watch them, you definitely should. Love those guys. So I got some framing that I want to add. I don't have to add, but I want to add. Let me make that make sense. Let's see what we got going. So this is what I got so far. I decided to lay this board down flat on its side, screw in from the outer face, put a couple toenails in from this way to hold it. These shorter runs are fine. Stand on them, stable. So this board is gonna overhang, I don't know, inch and a half. I don't know what I want yet. And then that gives you enough board still to hold down the other side. I'm cheap, so this is the way I'm gonna do it. You should put another board this way, make it like a box frame so it's stable. But none of these runs are over, I don't know, 4 foot, like the max. So, like back here, this is a complete run. I put this one in solid, but I don't know. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I didn't care for it. So I pulled it back out, and I actually put a little splice in here just to hold it better, so that way you only got 2 small runs. So I got both sides done here, both sides done here. I got that one over there done. I got like 2 little pieces of laundry left, and then I guess it's time for Home Depot. See what kind of tool I can leave there with today. All right, we'll be back. I accidentally came home with this guy. 21 degree framing nailer. Battery operated. I don't know. I have an air one back there, but battery's just better. I don't know.
The next day.
Well, good morning, guys. So I got something big coming for out here very shortly. I don't know, depends when he gets here, but you'll see when it gets moving. I'll try to get some videos of it being done. But until then, these barn doors are in the way of what I'm having done out here. They're sitting lower than my concrete, so I had 2 options. It's either cut these doors and raise them up. So you can see it's a double plate at the bottom. They're on tracks. Or take these right off, put the garage door in. Going with option 2, of course, because it costs more money and takes more time. It's just the way I do it. So I started on it yesterday. There is some metal trim wrapped around here, and I took the tracks off. It's all laying on my landscape trailer here along with the deck I gotta finish. All right, so today we're gonna start working on putting in some of the borders and filling in the actual boards for the boardwalk. I didn't get enough boards or composite decking to do the bottom yet because I don't know. I like to go back and forth to the store 1,000 times. But anyways, I got a little carried away. I started working on a little bit of the border, and then I wanted to see what it looked like filled in, and then it just got out of control and I didn't video any, but I did get a time lapse, so I'll throw that up on a screen now for you. But this is how she turned out. I'm pretty happy about it. Don't mind all the wet dog prints from them walking through the dirt this morning in the dew. We'll wash that off, but all right, let's start working and get the rest of this done. This is how I'm figuring out angles here. So I got this one cut. It's at a 15-degree miter because it's coming uphill, so it'll fit tighter. I'm using a scrap piece of barnwood, which is 1.25 inches wide. That's how much I want it to hang over. So that's how I'm measuring it. As long as it's lined up to there, it gives me enough room on the inside to screw my boards. So that angle up there is all set, figured out. So now it's time to figure out this angle. So let me show you how I'm doing that. So to find my angle, we got this board put in place. Angle's nice and tight over there. Say hi, Morgan. She's gonna give me a hand today at this. So I got 2 scrap boards put down. What we're gonna do is throw this one on top, and we're gonna trace the angle on this, and I'll show you how that's done. All right, pick this up. We're gonna set it over top, push it my way. Right there. I'll make sure I got 1.25 inch spacing here.
Is that just so the overhang is the same?
Perfect. Alright, so our 1.25 inch spacing overhang is good. So now all we gotta do, we're gonna make a mark here, and we're gonna make a mark here where they intersect. Slide this board off. That is going to be our angle. And that is how you find the angle for that. So I'm using the camo edge deck screws. Camo system, I guess you can call it. Here's a jig here. All you gotta do, put the screw in and it sends it down in at the perfect angle, so you have no screw holes all the way across. But these edge boards, you want them secure. So what I do is I drill down through the top, just on one side and the other. The rest are gonna get edge screwed down through here. Once you screw it in, always pre-drill those ones because these screws don't have a tip on them. They're not made. It's kind of made to just suck down through. Now it has reverse threads on this end to help pull the material back up around it. So once you get those screwed in, all I do now, take a hammer, beat them down flat. Once they swell, whatever they do, you will never see those holes. And of course you see a little gap in here. This material really expands and contracts with heat, so I never like to have perfectly tight joints. Like, it just leave a little bit of playroom in it. You won't see it, you won't notice it, just believe me. I've done This will be deck number 3 I've done, and they all still look pretty good. So keep on moving. This camo system here, it's made to space each board out 3/16 of an inch. All you gotta do, clip that on there. It's got a little handle that spreads it apart. Load a screw on each side. And then I always use the screw farthest away from where you're working first, so it helps push the board in. And also I measure my overall length, which in this case it's like 40 3/8. So because these are 3/16, a square is 3/16. I use a square on this edge to get my spacing. So I'm going to cut this board 3/8 smaller than it should be. And then you should have an even 3/16 on both edges. And that will give you a 3/16 between each board. So let's start working our way up. I've been working on this deck, I don't know, a couple nights here and there. I've had a lot going on, took a lot of family time. I'm currently on family leave, watching my little one grow up, which is sad, but glad I got to spend almost 3 months with her. But I decided to get a new career, and that took a couple days working on that, and it's been raining on and off, but this is what I got done so far. I really didn't have to share much. It's just cutting, screwing, cutting, screwing, cutting, screwing. There's not much to really show. But I did lock in these 4x4s here. A couple boards down here nailed in. These things are sturdy. These are going to be my post for the bar top. I'm going to have this with a 45 coming up. I'm going to build a box that goes around. I'm going to wrap some deck boards on it so you got a nice little bar to sit at. So let me finish up getting these boards put down, and then we'll start working on the bar top. I got some cool ideas for that. Here we are about, I don't know, a month or so later. This is how she turned out. I got a couple dirt piles to clean up, but I think I am done for the year. Got a bunch of other stuff I want to finish up before the snow flies. Pool is now covered. Don't mind all the leaves. Turned out pretty good. I'm gonna work on this bar top in the shop in the winter time because I want to do some waterfall features on the deck boards, and you have to follow along, see what that looks like. I got like a mock-up of this size over there sitting, so I can just bring that in the shop, screw it on later. I'm gonna take care of those dirt piles probably this year, get those out of here, but this is it. A couple boards. I think it turned out good. Can't wait till next year to see what stage 2 is going to bring us. Like I said in the past, this is all going to be, well, let's see here. We're going to come down this hill right here where the seam goes. So it's all going to be big steps. It's going to come up, it's going to wrap around with the pool slide. Then we're going to go one more step up, and this whole back area is going to be a big deck with a hot tub and outdoor kitchenette. And I gotta trim that tree. It's on the house. That's in a week or so I'm gonna rent a man lift, and maybe I'll take some videos of that for you guys. But that's it for the year. So there she is. Thanks for watching, guys.